Oh, you weren't even live.
Nah, here you go. All right, the High Council is live, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We are back, y'all. Hey, shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Um, we're gonna talk. Y'all know how we do. It is the weekly meeting, like we always do. It's your boy, Mr. No Offense, and we got Big Baby Marlon here as well. We gonna talk
Yo,
about everything that y'all. I know y'all done seen talk about, man. I know y'all done seen the news. I know y'all done heard about it, even if you ain't watching it. You know what I mean? We got a couple things to talk about. You know, we gonna get into the. I gotta put my foot off in Trump ass, yeah. But also, Boosie going through allegations now. You seen that? You seen that
mm,
recently?
no, Boosie going through what allegation?
Shout out to got baby in the chat. Yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
man. Boosie going
Just
through some
know.
allegations, man. It's somebody it's a young lady who's saying that Boosie allegedly, I ain't saying that Boosie did this shit, okay? But allegedly it's a young lady that's saying that Boosie uh molested her when she was a kid. Uh
But look, boy, getting wicked out here, cuz.
Well, the thing is, what they're saying is, this is an interesting story. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show the allegations, but and I'm gonna show Boosie's reaction to it because she's claiming that Boosie did this when she was 5 years old. But what's odd about the whole thing is that apparently her grandfather was arrested for doing it. Um, she's trying to say it was Boosie, but it's ironic that her granddad was arrested for actually doing the molestation, and her mama was also arrested for allowing it to happen. So now Boosie is saying that he's offering $1,000 for her information so he could sue her for defamation of character. Because as you would imagine, when somebody puts some kind of allegations like that on you, there are looks, talks,
Mm-hmm.
comments, concerns that come along with that. It's not just something that you can get on the internet. Because I know people see us like I know people could like see us on the internet and we be talking about different things, and a lot of us podcasters like we sensationalize stuff. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and I don't want people thinking that they can. I don't want people thinking that you could just get on the internet and do that shit with
Consequences.
with no consequences. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
because
yeah,
you
that's
can't you
wild.
can't just be out here putting you can't you can't just be out here putting allegations on people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to say allegedly. We don't know if it's true. I don't know Boosie personally. I don't know the man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's in today's day and time you can't even say it ain't something I think somebody wouldn't do because you don't know
Our
if
president
you
doing it wrong.
yeah, because if you could look at somebody and say, "Oh yeah, that motherfucker gonna do it," then obviously it would never happen because people wouldn't allow you to be around them people. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying that he would do it. It just don't. It just sounds like for the Boosie that we all have become like we've gotten to know from his public persona, right? He just don't seem like somebody would do something like that to current day. You know what I'm saying? And but she's saying that she was 5. This is a whole grown woman. I'm gonna play because I've actually been looking for the clip so I could show you her clip and his reaction to it. You know what I mean? But all these videos seem to be like 15 something minutes. I ain't trying to do all that. I just want to see I'm just trying to grab her clip. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all the one that I was able to find. And this has the girl's allegations in the video. So I'll let y'all hear her and then we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? If you happen to get in the comments, because you happen to be watching, let us know what y'all think. Y'all think that she just trying to get a quick payday? Because the economy bad right now. You know what I'm saying? The economy bad right now, and I don't want to look down on nobody for doing anything, but that is way too far. Like you don't come back from some shit like that. You're accusing people like that's almost like there should be a crime associated with that, and not just
Just defamation, not just
yeah.
defamation. It should
Because
be heavier than that.
what if people wanted to actually like take action? You know what I'm saying? Like this could cause this man to lose money, and y'all know Boosie stay going through it, right?
Like, wasn't he? Ain't he fighting gun charges too right now?
Yeah,
Gun charges?
and he fighting gun charges. There's a couple things I want to talk about because of this, because this also just her base, like just her allegation. I gotta talk about. You know how they always say these celebrities got to do some crazy shit to get famous, right? Mm-hmm. And I ain't saying that he did it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, can we all agree that there is a rumor? I don't even want to call it rumor. There's this thought process behind celebrities get famous, and normally to do that, they have to do some kind of like sacrificing or right. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you think about that kind of shit, and you think about the act that she's alleging that he completed, right? It's like most people be like, "Nah, she lying," but then other people be like, "Well, I mean, he did beg you." And if you look at everybody else who done kind of made it, they got all kinds of weird allegations behind them too. So what we asking, I guess, is that just the cost of fame? Huh?
It's very rare though to hear like people that have made it to the top and like they did it without doing something crazy. It's you know, like what's the name I could think of? Like I've never heard anything about Denzel.
Right. But one of the things that people know about Denzel, or one of the things that follows his reputation, is people be saying that he's not like they hold Denzel to a higher character. He like quote unquote the Godfather, right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like people look at Denzel like, okay, that's how you should carry yourself as a celebrity, right? Don't be involved in no bullshit. Denzel been married to his wife for forever, right? You don't never see him with allegations about being around other people or cheating on his wife or being in scandals, right? You just always, all you know, from even when you hear about Denzel, even with the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing, Denzel said he, instead of, you know, condemning anybody, he just told them, like, he tried to approach them as a mindful, you know, black male, telling people like, hey, that's not how we act when we out. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just like a, I don't want to say a father figure, but like an elder figure, like one of the people who you can look to for guidance, and you kind of trust his actions or his thought process, because he don't never seem to be entangled or surrounded with some bullshit.
Yeah, like he carry himself, and he don't dwell where the devil dwell. You know what I'm saying? Right. That makes sense. He carry it like he got this light around him. Now, of course, don't take this out of context if we're saying this man perfect. Nobody perfect. Everybody got their own flaws. But just that this man, if he do the flaws he do got, you ain't got no idea about him, because he keep his life private and he don't do no foolish stuff. So
big facts. Shout out to Music 101, because you know we using a video so y'all can see. I just pulled this up because immediately this is her. I don't know if it's gonna actually show her saying the allegation right now, but if it don't go into it, we're gonna turn it off. But this is what she's alleging. She's saying, I'm ready to tell my story, how I was somatized. Which, listen, let's be honest, right? My people, we gotta do better, because the word that she's trying to use, which if she comes sodomized, which sodomize doesn't just mean rape. Sodomize means that they took your asshole.
They put stuff in it,
yeah. So I'm gonna let her, I'm gonna let this clip play out. And again, this is all alleged. For the record, I don't think Boosie did it. I'm not calling her a liar. You gotta understand, like Boosie got some history, right? Like this man fought murder charges. Everybody who know about, his young gunner, right? This nigga, he'd have had so much stuff going on. I just don't think he would add this to the list. You get what I'm saying? Like he'd have to been a straight degenerate. You get what I'm saying? Like he would have been wanting to go to jail or think he was untouchable to do some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So this is here you go. We're gonna let y'all hear a little bit about it, then we'll talk about it.
I'm ready to tell my story, how I was sodomized and by the rapper that goes by the name of Boosie.
The day my album come out, this shit come out.
Wait, before I play the video, if you're into American Bullies, you definitely want to hear.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that, homie. We're gonna get into this.
The teenager at the time,
there's a contract.
Oh my God! All right, you know, you two got to get their ads in.
Yep, got to get theirs.
I ain't mad at them. Shout out to everybody trying to get the you know, come up. Here we go.
I'm ready to tell my story, how I was sodomized and by a rapper that goes by the name of Boosie. This took place when I was 5 years old.
So there's a couple things I want to look at right now, right? You get on social media or whatever video platform that you're gonna do it, and you use filters to tell people how you got sodomized. Right? Y'all see the eyebrows that's right here, right? Like the eyebrows filter that's on her face.
I ain't even noticed that until you said.
You can see it in her bangs, like where you can see the eyebrows that are sitting there.
Yeah, no, I can see it now. I just had, I even noticed
in the heart. Because keep in mind, nobody knew what you was getting ready to say before you got up here and said it. You got ready to say this, right? So that's all I'm saying, right? And I'm not victim blaming. It just seems a little weird to me. You know what I'm saying? All right, so here we go.
He dated my mother back around the 2000s, and he was a very violent person, what I can remember. He was very nice to me in the beginning, and it went about him coming around a few times after the fact, and he started to act like a different person. One night, my mother was sleeping.
I understand this might be something hard to talk about. It should be something hard to talk about if she had really gone through this. I'm not saying that she doesn't. Again, I'm trying not to victim blame here. I just want you to understand that this would be something traumatic that someone's explaining happened to them. All right, I'm gonna get back into this.
And he came in and he started to abuse me. Then around that time, I actually
So if you was talking about somebody taking your ass, would you suck your teeth? Just curious. Again, I can't tell this girl how to act. I can't tell this girl how to act. I'm going off of body language. Okay, she's saying something, but her body's also saying something too. You understand? She got frustrated in what she was always talking about. I don't know if she got frustrated or she was just trying to make it dramatic or what. Honestly, the first impression that I get from the girl is she might not be the smartest sharp in the drawer. She can't even use the word that she's trying to talk about right. So she done heard that from somewhere. Because if you knew the word, you would say the word right. You understand? So she heard that from somewhere. We on the same page? If you get a dictionary or if you go define the word, right, for something that you're trying to describe, you learn the word. You see the word, you read it, you understand it. Not even if you don't understand it, right? Let's take out understanding. If you see the word because you want to use the word, right? She could have said he abused me. She could have said he molested me, but she said she was so adamant on using this word that she can't even use. And I am not a Boosie fan. I'm just being honest. Okay? She can't even use the word, so she don't know what the word means. Is that even the word that she intended to mean? Or was she just trying to say that this man molested her? Because it's the same, it's a similar act, but it's not the same act. And either one is unacceptable. But what I'm saying is, you gotta wonder from 5 years old to whoever this young lady is now, because she's a woman. You can remember these events. She gonna say she was 5 years old. It was midnight. She was at a grandpa. Like so what I come to understand is, did somebody train you to say these things? Did somebody remind you that these things happen? Or are you trying to say that you recall these things? You get what I'm saying? Because that's the difference. Because if somebody told you this, how you know they wasn't lying? Right? And if somebody told you this, what was their purpose for telling you this? You get me? Because if you have really truly been through something traumatic at 5 years old, this girl is old enough. She's a grown woman. She probably, I'm not gonna say she won't remember it, but what I'm saying is she has grown in her lifetime as a woman. So why in 2026 is this now happening? You understand? And again, I'm not victim blaming. If he did it, he should deserve to go to jail. Because you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn who it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's sodomization, bro, is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's a forceful act. But I'm trying to understand, like, is she's telling us that she remembers these things, and I don't know how old this lady is, but she's telling us she wants us to think that she remembers this at 5 years old. So I'm just trying to keep up with everything that's going on as she continues to explain where she alleging, right?
Remember, I was sleeping. It was midnight. It was dark. I was sleeping in my bed at my grandfather's house, and I can remember him sexually assaulting me, and he was on top of me. He was on top. He was on top of me.
No.
And
So she crying, no tears. This is another thing that's been said, right? Look, I ain't even trying to be funny. Just look at the comments, right? If you can't say sodomized like a barely functional adult, you should be allowed to accuse anyone of it. And now here's the thing: I'm not trying to ridicule a girl if she don't have adequate comprehension. What I'm saying is, it's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot of coincidences and a lot of situational allegations going on. You understand what I'm saying? But one of the ones that I was getting at was, so her mother didn't take her to the hospital and didn't report this to the police department. Y'all see how old she is, right? All right. Hold on. So you crawled into your mom's room covered in blood, but no one took you to the hospital or called the cops, right? Yeah, let's
cried, and I kicked, and I screamed, and I told him to stop. He wouldn't stop. And I can remember him whispering in my ear and that I would never have a true love. He would always be my first love. I can remember me biting him, kicking, screaming for him to get off of me. I was having seizures. I can remember.
We have got to the.
All right. I called Cat. So this girl got seizures. She hit her head. She go into violent seizures and throw herself on the ground. That's what seizures are, right? So she got seizures. You probably had concussions or adverse falls or whatever. Out of all of those seizures, you remember this clear as day. I know. I don't want to travel into victim blaming territory here. I'm just saying, I don't know if 2024, 2025, 2026 was like the years of the revelation or what, but why did these people hold on to this? Like, same thing with the Diddy shit, right? Like, after a while, you got to look at this shit. Same thing with the Bill Cosby shit. Same thing when there's these whole mass allegations of people doing this shit to them, except for Donald Trump, because, well, his shit's been documented, right? But apart from everybody else, I just wonder, why now? You understand? So, because it begs the question, right? If he did this when you were 5 and you're a grown woman, was Boosie even who he is now back then? And if so, if he wasn't, then why y'all ain't put his ass in jail? Or are you telling the story now because Boosie is who he is and you need a bag? valid questions. I'm not trying to like victim blame you here. Like it's something you gotta ask. Like it's a question that has to be asked, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what triggered this now? Where's your grandma? Where's your grandpa? Your mama at? Where's your mama at? Why your mama ain't corroborate this? Whose house were you at? Where they at? Why they didn't corroborate this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you say you remember this since you was 5. Did it just appear back one day, or did you? Was you sweeping one day and it just all hit you back like a flashback, and you just, you know what I'm saying? Like what why today and why not yesterday or last year or like 5-10 years ago, or right? That girl looked like she in her 20s. I don't know how old she is. She in a filter, so I don't know, but she ain't 5. Not with using words like that, right? All right, so I'm gonna finish it up, and then we'll get back to it. I want y'all to hear what Boosie say.
The point where literally anybody can build a fully work.
This man leaving me on the floor covered in blood. He left my grandfather's house and left me covered in blood, passed me a towel, told me that I had to clean so I can clean myself. He cleaned himself. He gave me a towel for me to clean myself. And I can remember him leaving the house. I was so tired. I had to crawl to my mother, covered in blood, to get help. He ruined bonds. He ruined my...
First off, I want to say I don't condone anybody harming anyone in any kind of way. And if you're going through this situation or anything like it, make sure you reach out to somebody and get some help. Boosie responded and denied all allegations. And he also said he would be suing her for defamation of character. He also said he'll give $1,000 for any information about this young lady.
Well, Boosie, I don't know if Boosie know, but $1,000 ain't the same $1,000 it used to be. What?
But I'm like, and the thing is, with the aspect of him paying $1,000, bro, you got no money. You can go hire somebody to go find out who she is, a professional.
You right. I was getting ready to get to that too. Boosie, you got all that money, man. Like, why you don't do this right? Don't you got lawyers? Nigga, you always in jail, bro. I know you got lawyers or a firm or somebody who familiar with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this ain't the way to do it. Like, but I guess he feel like you got to protect his image too, because this is his reputation. Like, as an artist, you get your shows and you get your record sales and your fan base and shit. All this based off of your reputation, which you work hard to build. You know what I'm saying? Boosie, honestly, Boosie is like what I call old famous. And I'm not trying to shout, I'm not trying to diss him when I say this. Just understand me. When I mean old famous is, what's the latest shit Boosie did that made you like, this why I listen to Boosie? Right. Nobody fucking knows. No. Most Boosie is famous and paid off of his old music. Because who listen to new Boosie right now? He just released the album. I guess that's what he said in the beginning, right? He said the day my album come out, then they go this shit. Now, I think there's one of 3 things happening. I'm curious as to what Boosie album sales were, because I don't think Boosie selling like he was before. Okay. 2, I don't hear nobody talk about, that new Boosie song on so-and-so off the chain. I heard nobody say nothing like that. I don't know nobody who got it. Right? The third thing is some people have to stay famous regardless of what the cost is. Right? What I mean by that is, for example, Ray J. When this nigga put out a song, right? He's still wishing, right? He's still one wishing.
Yeah.
right? But you see him on Stream, you see him, on different things on social media. They saying he go broke. They saying but what I realize is some people get addicted to being in front of the camera, bro. That it don't matter what situation they going through, as long as what they say, like good publicity. Any publicity is good publicity, regardless. Like the fact that your name buzzing, right? Boosie name is buzzing right now. It's in the motherfucking algorithm because of this shit. So Boosie also had album sales, and every successful artist to tell you that you need to figure out a way to get in the algorithm. Am I lying?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just you're not lying at all. But being somebody who's an artist themselves, you have to come to that crossroad, especially underground, like me. Do I wish I could do music full time and make a living and travel and do shows and just enjoy the craft that I love to do so much?
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
but I'm not willing to sell my character and my soul and everything to get there.
That's it. And as we can see in Hollywood, that's the ultimate price. You want to be part of the in crowd, you got to go to the sex deprived parties. Right, depraved parties, right? Everybody want to go to a Diddy party, which, by the way, Diddy didn't get caught. He didn't get. I think what he ultimately was charged from, even after all those allegations in a year of a smear campaign, was just what was it? Soliciting prostitution from out of state or some shit like that, trafficking. It was never. He didn't even get charged with the shit they ran his name through the mud for a year about. Right? Remember all the shit we cracked a lot of jokes. It was the hottest thing. Remember all the shit we said about Diddy, right? Mm-hmm. But none of that stuck. He beat Cassie ass and didn't get charged with assault. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't get charged with assault.
He didn't get charged because he was it was after the statute of limitations. Like the video that we saw was old. But all that to say is, it does seem like one of the ways that you could really get famous if you want to be that is just sell your integrity, sell your moral ethic, make yourself morally available to things that most people wouldn't want to be a part of. Most sane people, right? But you got to look at, there's a lifestyle that come with these people and doing, and I'm not saying this is for everybody who's on that tier. Because you got people like Ryan. You don't never hear shit about Ryan Reynolds being involved in no bullshit. Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? You don't never hear shit about Keanu Reeves being involved with no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? John Wick. You know what I'm saying? You don't never. It seems like it's just a certain caliber of people. Like that's 2 times. And sometimes when you look at these people too, it's not that strange that they're engaged in the shit that they're engaged in. From the way they carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example. If Maul hopped on here one day and was riding a camel, I'd be like, bro, where the fuck you get a camel? Where are you at? That's not, you don't even move in circles like that, nigga. Where you at? You out in Saudi Arabia? What's going on? But if Maul came in here, you know what I'm saying, so headphones and a microphone, I'd be like, oh yeah, Maul, get on that mic. He known for being on that mic. He gonna be around some music. You get what I'm saying? It's different. And it's the same thing when it comes to these artists. Like, not artists, but just celebrities in general. They used to a different lifestyle. When your name blow up big, all these brands want to be a part of what you got going on, so they give you free shit, give you free clothes. You know what I'm saying? Pay you for appearances because you're gonna bring a crowd out. Keep in mind while you getting the money, you probably thinking, yeah, these people fucking with me. Yeah, they kind of fucking with you. They more so hoping that you're gonna bring business. Because let's keep it real, right? Most of the time, that's what that's about. They pay you for appearance because you're supposed to bring patrons into their business. You're supposed to bring views to their platform. You're supposed to bring, you get what I'm saying? The attention that you're bringing, they're hoping that by them getting engaged with you, that will somehow transfer or rub off, right? You know how I'm lying? They got tons of artists. You know how I'm not lying. There's tons of people out there right now who make music and they're not on nobody's platforms. You know why? Because they don't bring a fan base. because they don't bring no patrons and because they ain't got no motion, right? And it's not that this is not necessarily their fault. Maybe they don't have know-how. Maybe they didn't catch the break. I'm not saying that it's like it's a faulting thing, but what I am saying is when you are on a rise, you are on a roll, you got motion, it seems to be easier to get your face out there more, right? People want to be a part of something they see is moving, right? So I just look at it like with this whole thing with Boosie has been known for making controversial statements. And I really believe Boosie think $1,000 will solve anything because this nigga put you $1,000, put your pussy lips on live. They give you $1,000 to find out who this chick is. $1,000 is the go-to, right? And I ain't saying that $1,000 is something to laugh at because shit, who don't want an extra $1,000? But to do all that other shit that you paying $1,000 for people to do out here and do all this crazy shit when you have private investigators that do this shit every day, all day. It ain't hard to find if you pay the people who do their shit right. But they gonna ask you for more than $1,000, and that's why his ass is doing the shit that he doing. You get what I'm saying? Even with the money, he got. We still don't want to just pay the people what they worth. You want that information bad, right? You want people to you know if you got a real lawyer, Boosie, they could probably hit her with a cease and desist, right?
But it's also like it's also a situation of like you got money, but you still got that hood mentality.
Facts. Well, you know, Boosie Badass is always gonna be a ghetto child. That's what he remember when they were saying that the streets is dead, and Boosie came out and said, "No, the streets ain't dead. How the fuck y'all gonna talk about the street dead?" Because that's where Boosie, you done made money on money on money, bro. I ain't trying to be funny, but you done made enough money where your whole family should just be able to be. You shouldn't even have to make music no more. Like when I was saying that shit about the Boosie music, like that it should have been a flex. Like nigga, I ain't gotta make more music no more. I'm paid. I took that money, flipped it, made some more money, made some more money. You know what I mean? But that's not the case. What y'all know Boosie for? Let's be honest. Y'all know Boosie for about 3 things, right? Going to jail, 4 things. Going to jail, wipe me down, mind of a maniac, and Instagram keep kicking them off. That lie?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he sued Rod Wave?
I didn't know that. I didn't know he sued Rod Wave. I don't be in the mix. I don't. Yeah.
He had a Rod Wave, like he do on most of his songs, reference other people's melodies and like licks. Like what I mean by that is like in some of his songs, he'll use a phrase that somebody else has captioned, like the capture, or people know it because somebody else coined it. You know what I'm saying? He do it in a lot of his songs. It's not nothing new. A lot of his songs got references to other songs, like you know what I'm saying, like the other people's songs, or they follow us. They follow a certain format that somebody else has already made famous. Rod Wave got a song. Matter of fact, watch this. Let me show you. All right. Long Journey. Right? And what Boosie was saying, this was back in 2023. And see what happened was Boosie said it's a lot of people out here using my music that ain't pay for it. He said, I get that I raised a lot of y'all really don't use it, but they don't give you the right to use my, you know what I'm saying? Here you go right here. American rapper Boosie Badass plans to sue Rod Wave for emotional damage, saying the young rapper sampled his music without permission. Right?
Emotional damage is insane.
Right.
I thought copyright infringement or like no copyright. Would that be still? Would it be copyright infringement, or is there another name for it that we be looking for?
No, it's copyright. It's copyright infringement because if it's done right when a song is published, you also send it off to be copyrighted. But like it says right here, after the release of Rod Wave's song, Boosie took to Instagram that he wanted credit for his music being sampled and that he wasn't afraid to take legal action. Boosie said he asked Rod for $200,000 and a 25% share of the publishing of Long Journey to resolve their dispute, but Rod turned him down.
200K?
Right.
And then,
you know why he turned him down?
And then 25%?
But you know what happened with him, though, if I'm not mistaken? He had Rod Wave was saying that he got the song from his team, or he got the music from his team, and he thought they had already cleared it. But it was supposed to have been something like Boosie don't own the full song; he only owned a percentage. And I guess they had gotten well, as you know, the song "Long Journey" is still up, so like, apparently they got it fixed, right? So what happened was Rod Wave, when they was reaching out to the people who actually own the original work of art, he got their permission, and Boosie wasn't aware of it. So he did this whole shit, and even Rod was like, "Damn, you doing all that when you could have just put up, OG, like, you know what I'm saying? We could have talked about it. Look,
No nigga like me, man. I'm gonna pull up. I'm talking about suing me. I hope that ain't what he said. Hey, bro, I'll pull up on you, bro. Tell me a number. Tell me a real number, though. I don't care a real number. They gonna pull up and make sure you straight. You got the fucking Suki. Man,
you know what I'm saying? And then the whole thing, this is when I knew that Boosie was going broke, because I ain't trying to be funny, but the whole thing was about Boosie was like, no, because they be taking our music, man, and we need to. But all I'm saying is, look, yes, true enough, you can sue somebody. But what I would have done in his circumstance, because Boosie was already on his way out anyway, regardless of music, and Rod Wave was an upcoming talent that it had just got big break. You know what I'm saying? I would have said, hey, why don't we do a remix to the song?
Because it's the mentality that you have, though. And like, I get the mentality you have is I can get more collabing with you than I can get more trying to get something out of you. But see, the thing is, we not in Boosie's shoes. So Boosie, his mindset is not there. Cause like anybody else that's outside the industry gonna look at that, they gonna be like, let's make us some bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't even funny. Or at least that's what my thought process would have been. I'd have been like, let's make us some bread. Let's go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
because it's more, bro, like, why I'm worried about what you got if I got me too? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can get this money. Not only that, bro, why don't we collab? Like, bro, like, you see it's still Boosie badass, bro. Like, Boosie, you do got the streets, right? You do got the hoods. Like, you got everybody fucking with Boosie, right? Everybody, the hood always come out and say Boosie. So why don't you and Rod Wave come together like butt cheeks to be the shit? You got Rod Wave, new generation fans. You got Boosie, you know, fans. They do a concert and perform a song together. Both of y'all just cross fan bases. You gain some fans, they gain some, he gained some fans. Everybody came up and ate. Right? But bro, niggas, I really do like that crab in a barrel mentality. That shit real, bro. That's why we don't have a black woman president now. I'm just gonna kick it real with you. But it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Sometimes people like, bro, and I hate that about our people, bro. We're not the only people that do that either. I know they try to say like it's a black people thing, but we not. Every race got them. But you got some people in our race that, like, you got some people in every race that would rather, I'd rather have 100% of nothing than to have 50% of something that's making something. That makes sense? Motherfuckers don't want to. They don't want to see it come up. What's up?
No, like what I'm saying is, look, bro. And well, I can only speak from my personal experiences, bro. Of course, I don't want to be one of the people that's like I hate black people. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? But it's just most of my experiences of being around my people in my environment. So most of my interactions have been with other African American people.
Right.
And not necessarily me, because I ain't got no motion in the city, you know what I'm saying? Right. Some people still don't even know that I rap, which is cool. Cause I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love the art. I love art.
People hear you, they fans, my dog. You ain't gotta worry about it.
And so, but like, as soon as somebody start popping, like a dude that went popping down here named Ray Dub. I think, or something like that. He made a song talking about you lied to me, or whatever. So many people came out of the woodwork. So many people support him, but then so many people at the same time would hate it, and they ain't never even met Lil Bro. And I'm like, bro, what's y'all hating for? The man is bringing attention to the city, which is a good thing. Yeah. All his music tracks. Nobody ever said you had to like his music
at all.
But what's wrong with seeing another black man doing great and being like, hey, look, your music ain't for me, but go ahead, bro. You know what? Keep doing your thing. And then maybe one day our paths may cross in an avenue that we could do some business. But I'm proud of you and keep doing it. If more people had that mindset, we'd be a lot further. Man, boy, that I need to get like him. I don't know. Come on, bro. It's enough room at the table for everybody to eat. Just worry about your own plate.
Bro, I think what it is, some people are not wired in the way that they think that more than one person can win at one time. Mm-hmm. So when they see somebody else winning, they automatically assume they losing and they don't like the feeling. When really all it is self insecurity, and it's self insecurity, but it's also lack of accountability. Because at the end of the day, what they hate, and the success that they see in others is the lack of consistency, discipline, and just effort, just overall effort that they put in themselves to make something happen. That's all. Like when they look at your success, there is no reason to get angry with you, especially if I ask you to help me get it.
You just didn't put in the hard work, and it shows.
So that's the part that people have a problem with, is because it's not. Yes, it's easy to put the blame on somebody else, but words only go so far. At the end of the day, you still got to look in the mirror. And after all those words are expressed about how you are displeased, none of it matters if you don't look at yourself and say, the only way to fix this is I need to fix me.
Well, hey, I'm gonna challenge you on that. Because look, you say words ain't got you nowhere, but look where the words got the person who in the White House right now.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that. See, that's why I fucking love you. Yes, check this out. You can write a check. You can write a check. That transition was king. Where you can write a check. That don't mean you can cash it at the bank.
We ain't with nobody cashing nothing. Gas so hot.
Well, this nigga done fucked up. He done managed to fuck up the whole country. Like, not just the country, but the region. Not just the region, but the world. This nigga not only started an illegal war. Not only has he, we all know he did up them kids. We know he did. Because this nigga, I have never seen, bro. If somebody say you hit my car, right, and you say, no, I didn't. Ain't even no dent in your car. And you be like, show me then. And you be like, well, I'm going to show you just as soon as the car come back from Minnesota. Then a week later, they be like, all right, bro, you going to show me like, oh, you just missed the car. It's going back to Pennsylvania. And you're like, what the fuck? You're like, yeah, but when it come back, I'll have it for you. Then as soon as the car get here, you're like, oh, you just missed it. They just took, every time I catch you, I done missed it. Nigga, you hiding something, bro. You hit the car, bro.
Well, and then two, at the end of the day, this is the way I was raised. Look, if you said I did something and I didn't do it, anything that could potentially prove that I didn't do it, I want it to be seen. If I didn't go out there and do all these illegal things you said I did, why not just release everything off the rip and get it out the way?
Not only that, but since you go ahead.
Go to trial. Say, man, I ain't do that, man. I'll fight it in court. Whoop-de-whoop. Do whatever you need to do to prove your innocence if you know you didn't do it. But look, if you didn't do something, if you say you didn't do something, but you keep deflecting and you keep prolonging the process, it makes you look guilty.
That nigga did it because he started a war to avoid us seeing the fucking files. Now, listen, I mean, there is an extreme version of things, but boy, this is by far like what he. So what Trump has done is beyond criminal, and the nigga 80 years old, and nobody wants to seem to tell him that we'll still put your ass in jail too. Like when Trump go to jail, they need to have a retire. They need to already have his whole, because wherever he go, like when he go, he there. He ain't coming out. He ain't coming out. So he's guilty of war crimes. I'm gonna explain something. The president said we were sinking Iranian ships, and he was like, "Well, we could have just, we could have attacked them and we could have stopped. Why don't we just go rescue them?" And he said because the military told him, which I'm assuming is Pete Hegseth, because he's Secretary of Defense, right? Secretary of War, which I think that's supposed to sound intimidating, but it sounds lame as shit. But anyway, he asked him, like, why don't we just go rescue? And he said, because it's better. It's more fun to blow them up. There are people
That's y'all president
on these motherfucking ships, bro.
That's y'all president, bro.
There are people, bro. There's brothers, fathers, sisters, mothers on these boats, bro. And then the ship that they did decide to sink, right? It was unarmed. I don't know if you understand what that means. They sank an unarmed vessel. And the only reason why they knew where it was going to be is because India, the country of India, had invited different countries to come participate in the exercise. Only rules of this exercise is that you can't be armed. So when the military targeted this boat, they knew exactly where this boat was going to be, and they knew that it didn't have any defense because they knew this exercise had taken place. So once again, I got to get back to like the backhanded shit that we do. You don't get cool points for beating up the weakling or unarmed people. Like that go way back to school. You don't get cool points for picking on somebody who ain't gonna defend themselves. You a bitch. You a bully. You're not even like a tough bully. You're just a bully. You're just somebody who's picking on somebody who you believe ain't gonna bring you that smoke. But you know who to deal. But you think you know who to deal with because Trump and Israel thought they was just gonna go over there and do it. I don't know what they thought they was gonna do with Iran.
Iran was just gonna sit there and be like, "Oh well."
Them niggas is not on none of that shit. They was like, "Yo, we've been prepping for this shit for the last 20 fucking years." And and Trump is like, "Oh, you know, I know another reason that Trump like if you pay attention to this nigga, he been lying and it's been the same lies. He's not the most intelligent person. You know how I knew that we was fucked with Iran? Trump said, "Yeah, they're trying to do a deal, but I don't want to do it." Yeah, you know who else was trying to do a deal? Let's go back in time. Remember when China was trying to do that deal? After he had put the tariffs and shit, and then China said, "We have had no such conversation with this motherfucker. We don't know what he's talking about. He hasn't talked to nobody." Trump is not a deal maker. He don't make deals. This nigga, I be trying to tell people all the time. Everybody think they know Trump because he's a builder. Trump is not a builder. He's a career destroyer. He is a demolitionist. Everything that he touched, everything that Trump has attached his name to has failed, except for the Trump Tower. Which I'm sure if you do enough research, you'll find that they're probably in debt too. Because who the hell is paying to stay in Trump Tower in today's economy?
Like you gotta look at people and see. I try my best to. I try my hardest to be, uplifting. But people that voted for him, y'all just can't read. Y'all see information there and you just choose not to. That man is not a good, he's a businessman, but he's not a good one.
At all.
He's not.
At all. And then, like, since y'all elected him, what have y'all gotten that he promised? I'm just curious if you're going to. You know what I'm saying? What has he delivered on? Unless you're a billionaire, because he been up their ass. But What is he delivered on? Just curious. If anybody happens to know, because I can't tell you. Trump has everything that he said that he wasn't going to do. He's done. Almost to the point where it almost seems malicious. So I don't know. Let's go back to when we were kids, and I don't know about y'all, but I grew up in a household. I got my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like you fuck around and do some shit you ain't got no business doing. It wasn't all the time, but you do something bad enough, you meet the belt, right? You know what I mean? I don't think I turned out too bad, right? But one of the things that you really get in trouble for is when you go out of your way to do some shit that you shouldn't have done, right?
Yeah, just something you ain't got no. You just know you shouldn't have did it.
When you get old enough,
wrong, blatantly.
When you get old enough, your parents be like, "So you just ain't give a fuck about you knew the rules." You say, "I'm sorry," and they say, "No, you ain't sorry. You sorry you got caught." Right?
No,
so I got to look at it like this. Trump knew what his base wanted. Trump knew what to say to these people, and he was well aware of what they wanted and expected. He told them and sold them a dream. He said everything they wanted to hear to make sure that he got elected, and then proceeded to do everything opposite.
Well, if you don't mind, if you could pull up on the screen, Google it. What is the average reading level for adults in the United States?
Oh, yes, I would love to bring that up. Shall we? I was just posting this up to let me see. The average reading level for adults. Do they read on a 4th grade level? Hold on. Average reading level in the U.S. adults between the 7th and 8th grade, bro. Between the 7th and 8th grade. And I'm gonna pull this up right now. Let me see. All right. So at a nation's average, we read on the 7th. We don't even read in the high school adolescent age. Y'all realize that?
And this is my point with that. So y'all don't understand. Ask for people that do have there's nothing wrong with asking for help. If you don't understand something, just ask for help. But if you're willfully ignorant, then there's nothing I can do to help you. And this is what you ask for. But goodness gracious, yeah, it astounds me how many people of color, how many people of Hispanic or Latin descent, how many people that don't make $1 million a year, teachers, mothers, fathers, voted for this man, and you're actively voting against people that you love or you claim you love. And if that's the type of love you're giving out, boy, I hope and wish and pray it never finds me. Because y'all love is backwards and toxic and just downright stupid. And I try not to use that word. Because I feel like stupid can hold a many level, like it can hold generational trauma. It can hold generational trauma. But this is just downright dumb.
Well, of that hours, I can't. Well, if that's ours, I can't. I think she's having some trouble seeing on the screen. I think she said, "Well, if that's ours, I can't
argue."
Yeah, I don't know. I have to ask her what she was saying there, but she said, "Well, if that's ours, I can't imagine MAGAs."
Oh, for sure.
Well, the saddest part about the whole thing is this says the 54%, that's over half of U.S. adults aged 16 to 74. Well, let's stop right now because they said if adults age 16 to 74, what in the pedophilia is going on here? Because the age of adulthood is 18.
Well, I guess in some states you can get emancipated at 16.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But it's just, we got to call out shit like that because it seems like more and more we've got a government that seems to be pushing this narrative of that younger kid, like younger people should be able to work. And here goes the other thing too. You got to imagine you start working at maybe like what 14, 15, 16 if you get an early job before you leave school. And if you wait till you get out of school, you get a job at 18. If they get their way, they want to bring back kids working at 12, bro. So that means them people gonna be working from the time they 12 years old all the way up to they 65 years old to try to make retirement and still might not be able to retire.
The thing is, like, it's just everybody look at their mind as a 12-year-old. Nobody when they was 12 was thinking about working and punching the clock, bro. I'm sorry.
No.
Nobody.
If you could make money at 12, you was probably gonna buy a little stupid shit at school, pizzas and shit. What are you gonna do? Maybe buy like Jordans or some shit that your parents wouldn't buy you, right? Because they got bills and other shit that you don't know about yet, right? But let's be honest, at 12 years old, you ain't what if your parents love you, they're gonna take your money and invest it into something, and you're gonna feel like they're wrong because they're taking your money, right? If they don't know any better and they're not financially literate either, they're gonna let you blow that money. You're gonna have a couple of years of where you blowing money, ain't got no taxes and shit. But when you become an adult, if you ain't got all that shit out of your system, you're gonna have a hard time dealing with financials. You know what I'm saying? Unless they let you save it, put it in a savings account. It's got some interest on it. By the time you get 18, if you've been starting somewhere working since you 12, you should have some money. If you got a high interest savings account. But this is what I'm saying. At 12 years old, ain't nobody gonna tell you that shit but people who love you.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't know, how they supposed to tell you? This is why I was saying about this whole thing about Trump saying, oh, we got these new Trump accounts, which, by the way, everything that he does is named after him.
What wasn't it, that Trump phone or plan or something?
And I don't know who named these things. It wasn't me, I promise. Nobody believes that, bro. The only reason people putting Trump name on anything, bro, it's only a MAGA person that's doing this shit, or you. Because everybody in the free world hates your fucking name. Nobody wants your fucking name. Honestly, I got a question. I don't want to listen. This is me using my First Amendment right of free speech. But since we can kidnap other countries' leaders, Iran, why don't y'all one up Venezuela? I don't think you're gonna get no pushback. Because we tired of his ass. We tired. The day that Trump doesn't wake up, it's going to make Obama's election parades look like a block party. And I'm not wishing death on the man. Even though, because honestly, firmly, I believe death is going to be too easy. From all the shit that this man single-handedly fucked up 60 years of progress. Did you know in 3 days, the Department of War spent over $10 billion shooting down drones and shooting missiles and all 3 days. But we never fucking have money for healthcare in this fucking country. Y'all forget what happened last year? The government shut down, right? We never have money for
aren't we in the midst of another one?
Are we? I think it's getting ready to be one. I think they have an appropriations bill.
Because they're trying to reform ICE. Mm-hmm. And they think I'm pretty sure if I'm wrong, somebody is correct.
I think they had already oh no, it isn't shut down.
You know what I'm saying? I could have swore that because he made a post about TSA. Y'all need to keep working. Yeah, I promise you. While I won't. I'll make sure you guys get what you need to get or whatever.
Yeah, because I hadn't been keeping up with it because this shit happens like every couple months, ain't it? But you know why it's happening like that, right? It's because they're making concessions to try to just pass this one and we'll talk about it next time. Which I don't know why Democrats would even be on that type of time compared to what happened last year.
Because y'all they constantly give y'all a carrot with a stick, and then you never get the carrot
ever. But keep on walking this motherfucker across the yard, like, you know what I'm saying? Like yo, this is happening. So the Senate was let me see. So yeah, it's just a partial government shutdown. That's what I thought. Yeah,
partial is too much. Because I could have swore that man said if the government going to shut down, it's the incompetency of the president.
Well, it is. Like, for one, if I was a Democrat, I wouldn't agree on shit to Trump decides he wants to fucking impeach, to resign. Because honestly, dude, fuck him. Like Trump hasn't, bro. Trump is the worst president we've ever had. You know, it's funny too. Every time this nigga get on TV, he likes to bring up Joe Biden. Trump can't say shit without talking about how Joe Biden was the worst president to come to this country. Sir, have you checked your poll ratings? Sir, have you seen the news? Sir, have you seen the gas prices? Sir, have you seen the grocery prices? Sir, have you seen the housing prices? Sir, have you seen, well, we know you've seen the woman that was just walking through the lobby because, bitch, you don't miss them. We at a point where it's just like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, and how far does this go? And when does it stop? Yo, like we're still in the middle of an illegal. So, and I wanted to make sure I brought this up. This is the president of the United fucking States. This shit pissed me off every time I hear him say this shit. Do you understand the difference between an incursion and an excursion?
Enlighten me.
An excursion is something you do for fun.
I thought you meant like a political. Okay, so you really meant like, okay, I thought it was like a political term, like it's a an excursion. Let's go out for an excursion. Like we're going out. It's kind of like an adventure. Isn't it a play on the words of adventure, right?
Yeah. It's a short, enjoyable trip, often for sightseeing, education, or pleasure. Trump, I'm going to show you here in a moment, keeps stating that we have an excursion. It's an excursion. It's an excursion. Are you telling us? So one thing you gotta realize too. Remember we talking about people when they do certain shit, you have to hey, shout out to Dennis Baker. He say he's from Cleveland, Ohio. Appreciate you for tuning in.
What's up, bro?
Appreciate you for tapping in. If you like what you see, man, please hit the subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? We come on every Thursday. But here's the thing. The president has said that we've got that we're participating in an excursion. Now, you know, these people, there's what's called hiding in plain sight. When they say some shit and you think that they mean something else, but they just told you what the fuck they meant. Right? So the president gets up here and says, it's an excursion. It's an excursion. I just told you what an excursion was, right? A short, enjoyable trip, often for sightseeing, education, or pleasure. Why did we go to war with Iran? Nobody was asking for that.
Guess it was fun for him. I don't know.
Maybe it was pleasure. Because when he talks about war, the draft dodger, when he talks about war and talks about putting boots, like, to me personally, I find it insulting that Trump is even thinking about assigning people to go fight when this nigga dodged the goddamn draft for five times. Motherfucker, you don't get to start a war when you ran away from one 5 times. Then he comes out and says, I'm not scared of Vietnam type tactics or Vietnam type war. Nigga, you was scared when Vietnam was going on? The fuck is you talking about?
You was scared when it was happening.
The fuck is you talking about? And the fact that people are going to die. Like, I want you to understand, it's getting ready to be Christmas in a couple months, right? So some families, They're not going to have their sons and daughters around the table this year. They're not going to get those letters. They're not going to be able to send gifts. They're not going to be able to do any of that shit. Because you decided one day that you had access to, just blowing shit up. And you decided, fuck it, I'm just going to go with my mood. Which is a fucking international war crime. Oh, but let's not just start there. You had already been committing war crimes. Remember, we was blowing boats out of the water, talking about they were smuggling drugs and shit. When you had just pardoned the fucking old leader of Honduras for doing the same. Yo, what the fuck are we doing?
Everybody don't play by the same rules, brother.
But all right, so y'all heard about excursion. Let's talk about incursion. An incursion, right? A sudden invasion, raid, or intrusion, often military or unwanted, such as an animal species entering a new era. So the president has said multiple times it was an excursion. It was an excursion. It was nigga. It wasn't a Ford. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all.
A Ford Excursion?
Exactly.
Like the car.
Nigga,
okay, yeah. Like
nigga, it wasn't a Ford, nigga. It was an incursion. The president don't even know how to spell. You know what's crazy? He should have got up there and used the proper words because war is a lot easier to say than incursion. But the reason why they can't say war
we're not
is
legal,
because
we're not officially at war. Yeah,
there you go.
He can't say that.
Because if you admit that we at war, you admit you went and did some shit you know you wasn't supposed to do.
And then because Congress didn't approve it, and yeah, that's all
I'm saying.
If he says war,
then he admits he's conscious about what's going on and knows he did not seek congressional approval, which means he's in violation of law. But not only that, you in violation of the president cannot unilaterally declare war. President can't declare war at all. Only Congress can issue war. Only Congress can say that we are at war. But he don't want to ask nobody nothing unless his name is Netanyahu or Putin. Which neither one of us serves our interests. So I'm just trying to understand. What the fuck are we doing? Our president don't even care about the American people. He cares more about foreign interests than he do about the American people. One would almost say that maybe he's compromised. How are you supposed to make decisions in our best judgment? I mean, how are you supposed to make decisions in our best interest when you got all this outside influence? You got a jet from Qatar. They gave you this goddamn $1 billion jet. So anytime they say whistle, Donald, you got to ask them what tune, right? And then he wants to keep it when he gets out of Then he wants to keep the jet when he gets out of office. But not only that, it seems like the whole administration went to just buying planes. Kristi Noem, dumbass, that been fired. She had a plane. She had an international fuck plane. Remember? Oh, y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Oh, I didn't know y'all be like, this nigga be tripping. No, let's go to the receipts. Let's go to the receipts.
An international what plane?
A fuck plane.
Like a FUCK plane?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna show you the pictures.
Oh, that's diabolical work.
I'm gonna show you the pictures. You didn't know when she got outed? When she got outed, they were asking her about like why you spend all this money on this plane. And not only did she have this. So what it is they got a plane. They purchased planes. I guess they purchased them where they've been fitted with it got a bed inside of it. Hold on. There you go. That's a plane. A luxury jet DHS wants to buy for deportations. Imagine you getting deported and you landing in the bed while they flying you at. You know damn well the way they was treating them immigrants wasn't no motherfucking immigrant getting on this fucking plane. But not only that, they're saying that she was married, was cheating with her her subordinate who was also married. Right? This is the plane they was flying in. So when I say she got an international fuck plane, bro, I wasn't just I know I say it like abrupt, but no, this was the plane. When they asked her about it, this is her, a bedroom in an airplane, right? This is her. When they asked her about it, she said, well, they're gonna see that it saves the taxpayers money because we bought these, and we have to, bro. You can't justify a $70 million plane that's got a bed on it, bro. Like, that's like, this is the government, bro. What the fuck is the government doing that they need a plane like that? This is a luxury plane. You understand?
This is a plane that makes babies.
Or you make babies when you on a plane.
If you flying on that.
Oh, you know it though. You know it though. But you know why she got fired? It wasn't even about the plane, bro. Because the plane was just something that happened that we just had to just take. We just had to agree. We just had to fucking, it happened. Nothing we could do about it. She did it already. You know why she got fired?
No, I do not.
Let me see. She answered yes to this question. They asked her if the president was aware that Kristi Noem spent $220 million running TV ads across the country. 220 million. Bro, they didn't play with our money in our faces so much, bro. Because when you hear this money, I want you to understand that this is our money. This is the taxpayers' money. That when they take them taxes out of your check, this is that money. This is what they doing. Are we trying to figure out how to fucking eat? This is the shit they doing. This is the Trump administration. That's the Department of Homeland Security. But that's not even it. No, that's just the plane. And that's just one plane. Wait a minute. I got something better. The Pentagon spent $9 million on Alaskan king crab and lobster tails. More than $200 million in furniture. And let me see. Where's the other note I'm looking for? And 5.3 million in Apple devices. Added up to a record $93 billion for the month of September. But we can't feed the fucking hungry. Or they want to look at taking the goddamn breakfast and free lunches from the kids. But we got 93 billion for fucking Alaskan king crab and lobster tails. And butter, because they had to have the butter, right? 200 million in furniture. Bitch, you eat Alaskan king crabs and lobster. How the fuck you buy new furniture at the same time? That's gotta smell seafood as a motherfucker, bro. But what's crazy? 5.3 million Apple devices, my boy. How much the iPhone go for?
Somebody investigate Apple. Cold Wars.
This shit right here is ridiculous, bro. This shit right here is ridiculous, man. I didn't know you couldn't see it. Here you go. Yeah, my bad. Yo, this shit is ridiculous, bro. Who gets to approve this shit? Who the fuck? Who signed off on this? Because it wasn't the American taxpayer. I know it wasn't. Hell, you know the last time I had some crabs? Lobster tails, new furniture. Fuck at the cost of Apple devices nowadays. But they had millions. They spent $93 billion in 30 days, bro.
That's a lot of money.
With a B, not an M. Last time I checked, ain't it? How many millions in a billion? And I'm gonna look this shit up because I want everybody to be on the same page of the math. There are 1,000 millions and 1 billion. So they did 1,000 million 93 times. I don't know how we not more angry about this shit. Yo, if we just gonna be fucking off money, can I spend mine how I want to spend it?
Like, and the thing is, people that didn't vote for this.
Yeah, I know they didn't vote for this, but Trump don't give a shit. His administration is running rampant, bro.
Well, no, I accidentally hit my mic thing. So you're like, but people that didn't vote for this. I'm not a Democrat, you know, I'm independent. I just happen to vote Democrat because I agree with their policies more for the past couple of, you know, presidential, you know, candidates that I have been able legally to vote for. But with that being said, we try to tell people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep talking and be blue in the face and raise my blood pressure. Now, do I have to deal with the consequences of other people's stupidity? Of course. But at the end of the day, I gotta, just for me personally, I know that the Lord gonna see me through.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing about it. The beautiful thing about it is, no regardless of what other people do, bro, the Lord gonna always come through like he do. That's the amazing part about it is God doesn't depend on God's actions doesn't depend on the actions of anyone else. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my faith is so strong. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in an unprecedented time, bro. Like Trump can say whatever he want to say about any other president, and he loves to speak Obama's name. Like honestly, I think he done said Obama's name more than Michelle has ever said it at this point. But it's like, bro, Trump is and will go down in history as the worst fucking president this country has ever had. He's worse than Nixon with the Watergate shit. He worse than
has this.
What's
I'm
up?
sorry, Q. Mine, sorry. I was just thinking out loud. I didn't mean to cut you. I'll let you finish, bro.
Nah, bro, what you saying?
Has his numbers economically reached the levels of the Great Depression, or are they what? Are they like about even, or are they like worse? Because once he officially dips below that economic threshold, because some people still try to argue he's the greatest president. Once it drops below that like the economical threshold, economic threshold, whatever. And at that point, what argument do people have that he's not the worst president? It's already proved. It's already been statistically proven. Gas prices never went up this rapid, ever.
No, he caused the problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Gas prices are sky high. Everything is sky high. I was seeing a video. We're in an energy crisis. I think they would call it an energy crisis.
So I asked it, are we in a Great Depression, right? They said the Great Depression was better. Hold on, god damn it.
What?
Yeah. So the key differences between today and the Great Depression include employment levels. Unemployment rates are significantly lower than the 25% experienced during the 1930s. So hold on. Hold on. Let me crack a new tab. Hold up. Unemployment rate. Which, by the way, they fired the person who come out with a job reports last year and said that we weren't going to do them no more because they want to hide up the fact there was only 1,080 jobs created in the whole year, which is a small company, right?
A small tech company, a really small tech company.
Yeah, multi-state tech. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be honest, that's like a small game studio. Like, maybe like a AA, but a small AA gaming studio.
So right now, as of February 2026, the U.S. unemployment rate is at 4.4%. The number of unemployed persons, 7.6 million.
Unemployed people.
Unemployed. Yo, I don't know what y'all, if y'all unemployed right now, y'all, my heart go to you because with the cost of everything right now, I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know how y'all make
it. Dead, yes, sir. But dead serious. I'm thankful for my two. But look.
Yeah, bro. I've been looking for I personally, like a lot of people don't know this, but I personally been applying for a second job since like last August. I mean, thank God I got the one I got. All right, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to my dog. I ain't gonna give his news yet, but I think one of our good friends is gonna be joining me. I think he just got approved at my job. You know what I'm saying? But I've been trying to find something extra. You know what I'm saying? To put on with that, so I can bring on a lot. And it's been months, bro. It's 7.6 million. That's a lot of fucking people, bro. That's a lot of people. And then let's be honest, right? If you're a woman and a child, you might be getting some kind of assistance. But if you a man, I don't think women, we make sure the women and kids is all right. But I don't think people really quite understand how as a man in this world, it's fuck you. And if you're a black man in this world, nigga, fuck is too nice. But all I say is like you know what I'm saying? But all I have to say is we got 7.6 million people unemployed, but we got time to worry about what's going on in the country that's hundreds of thousands of miles away from us. Trump looked past them homeless people who sleeping outside his White House to worry about somebody else shit that's going on in another country. I thought he was running on a campaign of America first. That nigga ain't did shit for America since he been in office.
I got one more question.
What's that, brother?
What's the value of the dollar?
Shall we find out? See if I can catch the purchasing power of the US dollar. Oh, there we go. Over time. This is how much the dollar used to be. Like that's how much purchasing. You can buy $100. Yo, over time, especially over the 2000s. This is where we at right now.
And the only reason I asked that, is because
backed by oil.
Like with the dollar being less powerful than it was when our parents were growing up, and then with everything going on in the world economically, the currency of the world is changing or something like that, and
petrodollar.
And so like the American dollar is I think I was looking at a dude talking. The American dollar is falling in power.
Well, so
it's falling in value, not power. It's falling in value.
That's because it's backed by oil. So I'm gonna talk about something that hopefully don't get me killed, but here we go. Fuck it, right? That's what it's all about. So yes, you have what's called the petrodollar. The American dollar is backed by oil. All right, it's been this way for a long time, which is why which is why the dollar was king, right? That's why I say, people want the dollar because it gets you more for value when you go to certain places, right? However, let me lay out the big scheme, because I think you touched on something a lot of people really haven't followed, and I'll be the first one to say it. So when it happened, you're like, damn, that nigga was right. The Snaggletooth nigga was right. The one who was missing the tooth, yeah, he was right. All right, so here we go. Trump wants the dollar to fail. Trump wants the dollar to fail. That's what this was about. They want oil to fail. This was about. I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all forget that Trump is heavily invested in Bitcoin. They want the dollar to collapse because then they hope that the world will go to a one world currency. That currency being Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is what they call a blockchain currency, which means you can't lose it. Like there's a record behind. You can't lose it. You fuck around and get locked out your wallet. As a matter of fact, there's a person who had billions of he had millions of Bitcoin, and I guess he lost access to the wallet or something like that, but he couldn't get into it, right? And so there's been people who've been trying to get into it. I'll look that up here in a minute so y'all can see it. But the dollar has been king since around 1974, which is what this is saying, by pricing global oil sales in dollars. So most people, that's they raise their currency to make sure they can purchase the barrel in dollars. Oil is now $110 a barrel. You got to keep in mind, just a couple months ago, not even a couple months ago, last month it was $90 a barrel. We're now at 110. Okay.
I thought it was higher than that, to be honest.
No, it's getting higher, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse because most of the oil that's used around the world, right, it comes out of the Middle East. And what Trump has done by provoking Iran was ready. Okay. Trump was talking that shit. He was like being one of them people who talk shit, wait till the last day of school. We're going to do this and that and the third. Iran woke up the last day of school and chose violence. Nigga, they didn't even bring a book bag. You know what I'm saying? They was like, I've been waiting for this nigga, been talking shit all year. We here now, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And when they did, instead of trying to play a war of who got the most bombs, they just said, we just gonna hit your ass where it hurt. They shut down the Strait of Hormuz. Like I'm gonna look that up for you too. This is where most of the ships that are carrying oil travel through, right? We're talking about 80 ships pass through this canal a day. But what Iran is doing is they just set mines and all kinds of shit and blowing it. So Trump will tell you that the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Iran came out and said it's not closed. It's open to everybody but Israel and America and their allies. And if you try to send somebody through here, we're gonna blow it up. Right? And so what Iran has managed to do is start a war of attrition because, if the world runs on this currency of the US dollar, and which by the way, the reason why I said that Trump wants the US dollar to crash and why I believe that he has been working to actively weaken our government since he got office and took office, because he's owned by foreign interest, which if you can recall, I remember I was saying that shit when his ass was getting elected. Remember? I said this nigga has been robbing us since he got in office, and and the longer this shit go on, the worse it's gonna get. And when they finally realize how big this scheme really is, he's gonna have defrauded the whole American government. This is why they got all this reckless spending going on. Congress is supposed to approve budgets about how much you can spend and how much you can't spend. You know what I'm saying? This shit, it has been wild, right? But all I have to say is the reason why I said that he's been weakening us and getting us ready for takeover. I've been saying this for the longest. Because once this shit hits the fan, all his rich friends can come buy up all the resources. Because we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? But all his rich friends can buy up all the resources, and what that leave us with? You know what I'm saying? Give me just a second, bro. I gotta check on my wife right quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you up here.
Hey, look, everybody, bro. I know if anybody has been with us in the past, bro, it's been a little different what we've been talking about. And I know it may not be the super funny videos, but bro, like, look, we grown. Everybody that watching this should be grown. Things is happening. Things are changing. Things are getting more expensive. Things are getting more dangerous. And if we don't talk about it, it's just not gonna get brought up. Because like this whole excursion is happening. And a lot of people that forgot about the files. Hey, we need those. You feel me? There isn't enough for discussion. It isn't enough for debate. We need those because we need all those people that were taking advantage of it to get justice. That's it. Point blank. Period. Everybody. I don't care who it is. Everybody who's involved or was complicit or stood by and did nothing and watched innocent people get taken advantage of.
Sorry, man. Yeah, wife ain't feeling too good. All right, so my bad. What were you saying? I didn't mean to come in and just cut you off like that. What were you saying, bro?
I was just saying, like, look, everybody done forgot about the files. Because ever since this excursion is happening. And so, but I said, look, I ain't forgot. We need the files. It's not a debate. It's not a discussion. We need the files for all the people that were taken advantage of. Yo. They deserve justice. All those babies that were taken advantage of, all the ones that's still here, that are adults now, and all the ones that aren't here because they weren't able to live through the traumatic experiences that they went through. They deserve justice.
What about that girl who had accused, who had said Trump had did something to her, and then they found her dead with her head blown off from a shotgun, and said that they said that she couldn't have committed suicide, even though they tried to say it was a suicide. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
A young, oh no, that's the other thing. That's some whole other shit. Yo, how diminished you gotta be to shoot your daughter over a presidential candidate? The father grabbed a shotgun and then accidentally discharged and he killed his daughter. They had an argument. So yeah, she had an argument, but I'm gonna get back to finding this girl that I was talking about. Some sealed records through Jeffrey Epstein reference a woman who had made allegations against Donald Trump and later died in Kafir, Oklahoma. Conflicting statements were attributed to law enforcement and a medical examiner regarding the cause of death. This was her. This is the one when they found her. They said that there's no way that she did it by herself. Yeah.
You don't get surprised by anything anymore.
But what I want to know is like what he did in them files is probably gonna blow away everybody's wildest imagination. Because, bro, to stop from putting the files out, you start a fucking war that so far done killed 6 Americans and maimed 140 others. Maimed. That means maimed means they will never walk the same way again. They have a limb missing, blown off, or you know what I'm saying?
Neurological damage.
Accommodations for the rest of their life.
And then the thing is, if you look up international news, a lot of them people claim the numbers are higher.
Well, I know the numbers are higher. Well, for one, the Trump administration has said that they're going to stop bringing cameras to the dignified transfers. But dignified transfers is when the bodies return from when soldiers have been killed overseas and they come back home, so their family can bury them. Right? They come in the coffin straight with the American flag, and the president is supposed to be there when they come home. It's called a dignified transfer. Yeah. Well, they have come out and said that they're not going to be allowing cameras at any more dignified transfers. And the reason why is because when it was 6 coffins, they're heroes. When they start being 15, 20, 30 coffins a week, every 3 or 4 days, that's when American people will be like, what the fuck are we dying for? Why are we going through this? Why are we, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of accountability. Because when it happened to one person, they get lost in the crowd. When it happened to 3 or 4 people, coincidence. When it happened to 7 or 8 people, wait a minute. When it happened to the right white person, it's a problem. I'm not saying that should be racist either. Everything don't nothing be a problem when it affects minority communities, but once it starts creeping into white communities, that's when there's all this outrage. You know what I'm saying? All this. We got to do something about this. If I'm lying, I can show you back in history how it's been this way forever. Teen pregnancy didn't become a problem until white people started getting pregnant all the time. So right? You know what's funny too? The thing about EBT and all that other shit, all the government assistance. It's funny how people assume there's minorities who the majority of people that's on this shit.
Yeah, look at the statistics.
But they don't. But here's the thing: we just said that even if they look at the statistics, the motherfuckers can't understand them. They read at the 7th and 8th grade level.
That's true. Statistics was a high school class.
You know what I'm saying? They just rather just look at it, get mad that they can't understand it, and blame whoever nearest to them, who happens to be doing well. What statistics will show you, if you do the research, is that the most valuable people that we have in our country are black women. They're the most educated. When you look at the race of people, they're the most educated, the most qualified to hold these jobs. They hold the most degrees.
They are the most degrees.
They work the majority of like nursing and all those kind of fields. Who do you think do that shit? But then it was our president out of all the presidents that decided to classify like nurses as. But he said they're non-critical jobs or what?
They're not. Something like he would say so much I'd be forgetting, but yeah, they're not essential or something like that. Not essential, not critical. Something like that. Basically, they're basically saying like it's a pastime. Like anybody could pick up and be a nurse.
No, they can't. They have to go to school, motherfucker. Like
nurses gotta know a lot. They gotta know about the human body, bro. It's just anatomy. Anatomy one alone almost made me want to drop out of school. No, bro,
it's the nurses and the nurse practitioners. I'm not taking nothing from the doctors because the doctors do their job, but it's the nurses and nurse practitioners that make a lot of that grunt work move around the motherfucking hospital.
They make the hospital breathe and live. They are the heartbeat of the hospital. Without nurses, the doctors there wouldn't be enough, especially nurse practitioners too.
Facts.
Like without them, there ain't no hospitals.
Oh baby, okay. She said they're not professional jobs. How the fuck they ain't professional? Like, I'm not saying that you say that. What I'm saying is, for Trump to get his big back, and that's not an insult to anybody big back, fellow big back here. To get his big back cheddar Bob, white cheddar,
orange peel,
Krusty the Clown looking motherfucker ass. For him to get up there and say anybody's job is not professional after the job of president that you did.
He's a felon as a president, by the way, for y'all forgot.
He never should have been in the White House again.
Should have been the first time.
He should have been. Yeah, he really should have. Like, I think the first time people voted for him because they wanted to see. I feel like people voted for Trump the first time because they were tired of seeing themselves not being represented by the government, right? Like they feel like they don't have a candidate that actually would get in there and work for the people. And then they elect Trump, who makes you appreciate how much the other candidates at least tried to lie about what they was gonna fucking do. Because Trump got in here and did everything that the MAGA base voted against. When they voted against Kamala, they got in Trump. They got it. They got in him. He's a convicted fucking felon, 34 times, and all of his moves are shady. Trump doesn't make a right. So I know one of the big things that a lot of people like try to give Trump credit for is, well, he gave us a stimulus. No, he delayed your stimulus. Let me remind you. Y'all remember the stimulus was supposed to come out, but then it got delayed because Trump wanted to make sure his name was on the checks? Y'all don't remember that? Oh, I got the proof. Hold on. I got the proof. Hold on. Yeah, he wanted his fucking hold on, I'm gonna show you right now. He delayed the checks because he wanted to make sure they mentioned his fucking name. So never mind the fact that the economy is doing so bad, you need a stimulus. You could wait a little bit longer on the food and groceries for him to get his name on the check. That you're not keeping, by the way, anyway.
You gotta pay it back.
And that most people received electronically. So they didn't even see his fucking name. April 14, 2020. The first round of COVID-19 stimulus checks was potentially delayed because President Donald Trump requested his name be printed on them. While the Treasury Department denied the delay, internal records and reports suggested that the requirement to add his name to the memo line forced a signature scramble and computer programming changes at the IRS. So again, this man is self-centered, and I still don't understand how he was voted to be president of the United States. Y'all voted this man the most selfish person I've ever known. Like Trump, listen, Trump is the perfect example that they're going to use for every other president of what not to be.
There's going to be a standard that's set high, and then there's going to be a bar that's set low. And if you go below this bar, you're automatically going to be impeached. That's going to call it the Trump line.
She's right. She said the only reason he won a second term is because all the dumbasses that got excited because he gave them stimulus checks, which is because of the pandemic, not money he gave them. And it was their money.
Yeah, it's just your tax dollar, bro. Hey, financial literacy is non-existent.
It would go ways and do wonders, bro. But they don't want to be right though.
You paid yourself.
They don't want to be right. And so now what I ask MAGA, right? Because it's not over till it's over. And what I'll say is this. Is America great yet? Are we great again yet? Is this what you voted for? Is this what you asked for? Is this why you took off work to go vote? The current state of the union, is that what you voted for? Is this what you imagined when you voted Trump in? Because every State of the Union this nigga gives, or every speech that he gives, America's doing so great. We're wonderful. Blah, blah, blah. Nigga, where? What America? South America? Because North America ain't going down like that. I live here and I ain't seen it. Like I don't see this America that he's talking about. You feel me? Like what about that? What's going on with that? You know what I mean? You good, bro? Huh?
I just got it too. I was just looking now. But I was
you straight. But no, I was actually gonna I was just gonna ask, like, so America, like, are we great yet? And then here's my other second question to MAGA is like, so when is enough enough? Because what's scary is the fact that y'all elected this motherfucker who's running wild and tearing up the country from the inside out, is the fact that y'all don't even have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I was wrong. Because that's part of being an adult, you know. As long as you got time left, you can still make decisions to change, right? When do we get to the point that MAGA says, you know what? He said he was going to be transparent about the Epstein files. He done everything, but he said he was going to stop the war in Ukraine on day one. We see that's not happening. Zelensky even said, I see y'all having problems with Iranian drones. We got the technology to help you. And this nigga said Zelensky is the last person that I want help from. Why? I want people to understand what that meant. Zelensky said in certain words, I can stop people on your side from dying. And Trump said, I'd rather them die. That's what happened. Not so much in those words, but that's what it equates to. Zelensky said, I see y'all having problems with these Iranian drones over there. They wrecking shop. We know because we had to deal with them because those are the drones that Russia was sending over here. We got the technology to deal, to stop this, put a stop to it. Trump said no. These niggas ran by ego, pride, and I don't know pride in what? Pride in your cheap ass gold White House decorations that nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to the White House to see them gold fucking bullshit ass trimmings that you put in there. You make gold look bad. That's hard. It's only one of the world's most precious metals. You took that shit and made it look cheap. The White House looks like you let your young cousin play around in the White House with decorations and shit. It looks like a kindergarten. It looks like a kindergarten decoration. Like the class got together and decided we're gonna make the class. They're like the White House looks cheap. So this motherfucker that y'all don't put it back in there, he done tore up the world's historic, not the world's most. You done tore up the country's most historic building, the White House. He done put a fucking hole in the East Wing. Not only that, he put up his sheet. Trump was gonna make sure that we remember this nigga. Nobody wants to, but he gonna make sure that we remember this nigga because he done fucked us. And I'm gonna be honest with you, with the damage that he's caused now in the Middle East and all that money that we have been sending out there to build that shit up, and now the money that they're gonna want the taxpayers to pay to rebuild that shit, right? Do you know how much money we could have saved if America wasn't involved in senseless Middle Eastern wars over the last 2 decades? If we weren't putting money outside of the country, but instead of in our infrastructure, instead of and taking care of our homeless, instead of making sure that no kids go hungry, instead of making sure that people have adequate access to healthcare, that healthcare be a natural right. Instead of doing that shit, we spend money on bullshit, on blowing people up and destroying our earth, the same earth that we live in. Yo, it's time for a change. In America, we gotta do better. I'm gonna say it like I said, like I'm gonna beat a dead horse in the ground again. This fucking voting season, you need to be registered. They tried to pass the SAVE Act, which was going to disenfranchise a bunch of people. It was really going to negatively affect any woman that has changed her name from her maiden name. If you don't have documents to prove to show that you are native, right? You wouldn't be able to vote. They don't want women to vote either. They don't want anybody but people who gonna vote in their interest to vote. And for all you black people who on that MAGA crowd, they don't like your ass either. You better get with a fucking program. They just had an all-American a halftime show. I ain't see no bloody black up there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, anyway, listen, don't blame me for just saying the red writing on the wall. Right? Y'all need to get with a fucking program, man. Open your eyes. This shit is not for play. It's adults out here fucking this shit up. And if you got kids, your role and responsibility given to you by the Lord Most High is to make sure that they have someplace after you.
Well, you go pass on down that road and go into that next chapter, that next chapter of life, regardless if you in heaven or hell, you're supposed to leave behind something positive.
Something
for the generation, not just your seed, the generation that come after you.
It's like I think about, we had a whole generation before us that thought as a generation we should plant more trees because it'll help the environment. It was a big old push when I was growing up. Like older people, like, yeah, we got to plant trees. We got to go outside. It was a big old nature push because they realized, yo, how we tore up this world, it ain't gonna be much left for the people that come after us. And that was the generations before us. Now they done had us, and there's a new generation here. Yo, Trump don't. I really believe Trump feel like, yo, if he got to leave this bitch, he gonna take everybody with him, bro. He already said he ain't going to heaven.
He definitely one of them people where, like, let's say everybody go get a slice of pizza. He'll be the type, I want more than one slice, and if I can't get more than one slice, ain't nobody gonna get it. Like, he gonna knock the whole pizza off the table.
Facts, right on the floor, and walk off.
If I can't get, if I can't get what I want, nobody get nothing. Hey, bro, that's a danger. That's a wicked person to be around, boy.
I would argue that Trump's presidency, the second term, has been full of treason, full of embezzlement, RICOs, just lying government officials. I don't think the people have been at a place this bad in a long time. And it's one of those things I'm hoping is like a bittersweet story where maybe this shit is so bad that people wake up and we do better for the next, I don't know, 8, 16, 32 years. But one thing I truly believe is Donald Trump has killed and buried the Republican Party. If you still vote Republican at this point, I thought we just put you on your own island, bro. Like all the Republicans, man. I ain't even trying to be funny. I know they talk about Democrats and leftists and all that shit, but bro, how can you be down with a party that has done what this party has done over the last year? The cover-up, the Epstein cover-up that's going on for the House of Representatives, that's going on with people in the Senate, that's going on with the White House administration. Like, how can you still be with the how can you still support openly a pedophile? And you know he won. So I'm just I don't know, man. I pray that we find better and that we do better through awareness. We could all make sure everybody know. But yeah, everybody gotta do your duty come November, man. We definitely gotta get out there, make your feelings heard. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and show them on paper how you feel. And that's the best thing we could do. We're gonna still keep hopping on this shit though, to make sure you don't forget. But that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for our show tonight. I'm gonna let Maul say his piece, and then I'm gonna say mine, and we're gonna let y'all have a good Thursday evening. All right, brother. Let me you got the flow.
All right. Hey, appreciate y'all for coming out and talking with us, man. My heart a little heavy this week. I work at a school and I lost a student. She passed away, and so my heart a little heavy. So yeah, just stay prayed up out here, man. And to my student that has passed away, I love you. I will always love you. Thank you for coming into my life and saving me and teaching me so many things that I didn't know about myself. And I will continue to live my life in honor of you. You are a ray of sunshine. You brought positive energy. And I am forever indebted to you for blessing me with your presence in my life. I ain't got no health facts today. That's it. I appreciate y'all for coming out.
Damn, bro. I'm sorry. Our condolences for you and your loss for sure, and everybody else who's affected by the tragedy. I think sometimes we do forget. Life happens so much, so fast, that sometimes we forget that it's temporary, that we're on borrowed time. So to those who are and who are mourning, yourself included, man, I'm sorry. My heart goes to you. If there's anything I can do to help you, brother, just let me know.
So,
with that being said, guys, I know we get on here Thursday, we clown, we try to have fun, we try to talk in a way that hopefully makes you feel like you at home with us, you know what I mean, or that you one of the gang, because you are. We are all in this together. we all experienced, this life together. And hopefully we provide meaningful experiences to others around us, right? We stand up for each other, love on one another, congratulate each other, promote each other. These are all things that won't make you less of a person, but even more of a person to those who count. So as we strive to become more that way and lean more that way, I understand we all human. We're gonna make mistakes. Just try to make sure tomorrow is better than today, and the day after that was better than tomorrow. I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. We got to do better. We can do better. We shall do better. This has been High Counsel, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. We'll catch you next time on the North Ends Network. Peace.